Hi, welcome to Cloud Institution YouTube channel, the best software training institute. So today we are going to discuss what is Azure. So what is the difference between regions, availability zones, availability sets, and paired regions? So in Azure, a region is a geographical area containing one or more data center. An availability zone is a physical separate zone within the region offering high availability by isolating resources. An availability set is a logical grouping within the data center that distributes VM across fault and update domain to minimize downtime. A pair region is a pair to region within the same geographical and linked by disaster recovery, data redundancy, and updates. Together, these concepts help ensure redundancy, fault tolerance, and business continuity across Azure global infrastructure. So when you're talking about regions, so Microsoft built a lots of data center for Azure, and each data center location is called as region. And there are 60 plus Azure regions, more than any other cloud. Every new resources in the cloud should be allocated to a region. But when you're talking about the zones, that is availability zone, some of the region have more than one data center. So great for availability in one data center fields, each data center is called as zones. So when there is more than one data center in a region, the region is said to have an availability zone. So some of the cloud service benefit from the availability zone. They have the capability to store one zone to another availability zone. But when you're talking about the pair regions, some regions have designated pair region. So when a full region fails, the other one can fill in the place. And this is relevant for the sum of the cloud service. And pair regions are set up by the Azure and cannot be changed by the users. But when you're talking about the availability set, there are fault domain and update domain. So when the fault domain is a logical group of physical hardware that shares a common power source and networking switch, like a data center. If there are any problem with power or networking in the domain, all the server it will shut down. And you want to make sure your server is spread across the more than one. But when you talk about the update domain, it's a logical group of physical hardware that undergo maintenance and rebooted at the same time. So maintenance is done by Azure and it all in all services are in the same update domain. They reboot at the same time during the maintenance, so you want to make sure their server are spread across more than one update domain. So I'll show you the demo how it works. So when you go to the virtual machine, so while creating a virtual machine, you can see there are regions and availability zones and everything. Okay, so I'll open the virtual machine. I'll click on Azure Virtual Machines. So you can see regions. So you can see right now the region is East US. So you can see if I want to change the East US or any other thing, you can select it from here and you can see availability options. So in this availability option, you can see number of options that is availability zone is there, availability set is there. So when you're talking about availability zone, you can minimize that means the maximum is zone 1, 2 and the maximum is 3. So if you want to use that zone 1, 2, 3 also you can use it. So it is similar like a data center. If something happens to one data center, you will be recovering from another data center. As also, when you're talking about the availability set, you can see when I'm creating this availability set only you can understand. So when you create new, you can see fault domain and update domain. So the maximum fault domain is 3 and the minimum and the maximum update domain is 20. So if anything happens to one data center, you can easily recover from another data center. It's commonly like a data center. Okay. But when you talk about the pair regions, it is set up by the Azure itself. So a particular services only the pair regions are set up and users cannot be changed or users cannot be set a particular pair regions or anything inside the services or anything. It is fully maintained by the provider itself. So if you like our channel, please like, comment, share and subscribe. And for more information, contact Cloud Institution. Thank you.